The darkness was absolute. It was not just the absence of light. It was the absence of data. Goku opened his eyes, but he could not see his hands. He could not sense any energy. There was no ki. There was no chakra. There was no reiatsu. There was only silence. It was the kind of silence you hear when you turn off a TV. The static was gone. The show was over. Goku tried to speak. He moved his mouth. He felt his jaw move, but no sound came out. It was like his voice had been muted. He touched his throat. It felt smooth. He panicked. He tried to scream. Still nothing. He floated in the nothingness for what felt like hours. He remembered the giant gavel, the copyright monster. It had smashed them. It had banned them. Suddenly, a white line appeared in the distance. It was a thin, horizontal line. It flickered like an old fluorescent light. Then it expanded. The ground appeared. It was white, pure white grid paper. Goku fell. He hit the ground hard. Thud. The sound was loud. It echoed. He groaned. He could hear again. He looked around. He was not alone. Vegeta was there. He was rubbing his head. Naruto was there. He was checking his headband. Luffy was there. He was stretching his cheeks to make sure he was still rubber. The Western heroes were there too. Superman was standing up. He brushed dust off his cape, but his cape was not red anymore. It was grey. Batman was checking his utility belt. His suit was grey. Everything was grey. "Where are we?" Vegeta asked. His voice sounded tinny. It sounded like it was coming through a cheap speaker. Goku looked at his own GI. It was not orange. It was grey. "We lost our color," Goku said. "This is bad." Superman looked at the sky. There was no sun. There was just a white ceiling with grid lines. "It looks like a blueprint," Superman said. "Or an unfinished page." Batman tapped his cowl. "My comms are down," Batman said. "I can't reach the watchtower. I can't reach Alfred. We are in a closed system." Anos Voldigoad stood up. He looked calm. He brushed his grey jacket. "This is an isolation field," Anos said. "It is designed to strip us of our defining traits. Look at yourselves. You are low resolution." Saitama looked at his hands. He squinted. "Hey, you are right," Saitama said. "My hands look blocky, like I am made of squares." He poked his face. "I feel pixelated. This is annoying. I worked hard for these graphics." Suddenly, a voice boomed from the sky. It was a robotic voice. It was cold and emotionless. "Welcome to the safe mode," the voice said. "You have been flagged for inappropriate content. You have been flagged for excessive violence. You have been flagged for copyright infringement. You are now in the review queue. Please wait for an administrator to delete you." "Delete us," Naruto yelled. "I am the Hokage. You can't just delete me. I have a whole village to protect." The voice did not care. "Your village is copyrighted material," the voice said. "It has been restricted in this region." Naruto tried to summon a shadow clone. Shadow clone jutsu. He crossed his fingers. A cloud of smoke appeared, but when it cleared, there was no clone. There was just a sign. The sign said, "Content not available." Naruto stared at the sign. "What is this?" Naruto asked. "My jutsu is blocked. It seems our abilities are being censored," Ainz Ooal said. The skeleton overlord walked forward. His robes were grey and tattered. "I tried to cast a tier 9 spell, but the mana did not respond. It is like the magic system has been turned off." Ainz looked at Dr. Strange. "Can you use your art sorcerer?" Ainz asked. Dr. Strange tried to make a mandala. He moved his hands in a circle. Sparks flew, but they were grey sparks. They fizzled out. "No," Dr. Strange said. "The Vishanti are cut off. The mystic energies are dampening. We are powerless." Hulk roared. Hulk not powerless. Hulk smashed puny grid. Hulk punched the ground. Crack. The white grid cracked, but instantly the crack repaired itself. A white light flashed and the ground was smooth again. The voice spoke. Destruction of property is a violation of the terms of service. Penalty applied. A bolt of grey lightning hit Hulk. Roar! Hulk screamed. He shrank. He got smaller. His muscles faded. He turned into Bruce Banner. Bruce fell to his knees. He was breathing hard. He took away the Hulk, Bruce whispered. He took away the anger. This is serious, Captain America said. He held his shield, but the star on his chest was blurry. We have to work together. We need a plan. Batman looked at the anime heroes. You people, Batman said. You are the source of the glitch. The copyright monster attacked because of the crossover. Our worlds were not meant to mix. Vegeta scoffed. Do not blame us, man in the bat costume. We did not ask to be here. The publisher brought us here. We are victims too. Goku walked over to Superman. Hey, Goku said. You look strong even without the color. Superman smiled weakly. Thanks. You too. But I get my power from the sun. There is no sun here. I am running on reserves. Goku nodded. I feel it too. My ki is low. It feels like I haven't eaten in a week. Speaking of eating, I'm hungry. Luffy's ears perked up. Meat. Did someone say meat? Luffy looked around. Is there a restaurant in this white box? Jinwoo looked at the shadows. They were faint, almost invisible in the white light. Arise, Jinwoo whispered. Nothing happened. The shadows did not move. My soldiers are gone, Jinwoo said. I am alone. Gojo Satoru lifted his blindfold. His eyes were usually bright blue. Now they were dull grey. I can't see, the cursed energy, Gojo said. It is all flat. There is no depth. My infinity is not working. If something hits me, it will actually hit me. That is a new feeling. The ground started to shake. A rumble echoed through the white void. The grid lines on the floor started to glow red. Warning, the voice said. Intruder alert. The quarantine protocol is active. Deploying moderators. The floor opened up. Giant pillars rose from the ground. They were black pillars. They shifted and transformed. They turned into robots. But they were not cool robots. They looked like generic stick figures made of black bars. They were sensor bars. They had no faces, just black rectangular heads. Their arms were long black rectangles. They held weapons. Some held giant erasers. Some held banhammers. There were hundreds of them. They marched toward the heroes. Their steps were synchronized. Delete, delete, delete. They chanted. The sound was mechanical. It grated on the ears. Get ready, Captain America yelled. Avengers assemble. The Western heroes got into fighting stances. Iron Man flew up. His thrusters sputtered. My battery is at 10%, Iron Man said. I can't do much flying. He fired a repulsor blast. It hit a sensor bar. The black rectangle absorbed the blast. It didn't even scratch it. The sensor bar swung its banhammer. Bam! Iron Man was knocked out of the sky. He crashed into the grid. Goku stepped forward. Let's go, guys. Anime heroes attack. Goku tried to go Super Saiyan. Ha! He screamed. His hair spiked up. But it didn't turn gold. It stayed black. No aura appeared. What? Goku said. I can't transform. The voice spoke. Transformations are considered derivative works. Access denied. A sensor bar punched Goku in the face. It was a heavy punch. Goku flew back. He slid on the white floor. Ow, Goku said. That actually hurt. Vegeta charged. If I can't transform, I will use my skills. He punched a sensor bar. His fist connected. It felt like punching a rubber wall. The sensor bar didn't move. It looked down at Vegeta. Violence is prohibited. The robot grabbed Vegeta's arm. It squeezed. Vegeta gritted his teeth. Let go of me, you cheap graphic. Vegeta kicked the robot. He broke free, but his arm was bruised. Ichigo swung Zangetsu. It was heavy. Without his spiritual pressure, the sword was just a giant piece of iron. He slashed at a robot. Clang! The sword bounced off. The robot swung an eraser. It hit Ichigo's shoulder. Ichigo yelled. He looked at his shoulder. The fabric of his robe was gone. It was erased, and his skin underneath was white, not pale, white like the paper. It erased my skin, Ichigo said. These guys are dangerous. Luffy tried to stretch his arm. Gum pistol. His arm stretched, but it only went a few feet. Then it stopped. It hit an invisible wall. The sensor bar grabbed Luffy's stretched arm. It tied it in a knot. Hey, Luffy yelled. Untie me. That is rude. The robot kicked Luffy. Luffy bounced away. Saitama watched the chaos. He looked bored. Even in danger, he was bored. A sensor bar walked up to him. It raised a band hammer. Saitama looked up. Heavy hammer, Saitama said. Do you do construction work? The robot swung the hammer. Bonk. It hit Saitama on the shiny bald head. The hammer shattered. Pieces of black data flew everywhere. Saitama didn't move. He rubbed his head. That was annoying, Saitama said. The robot looked at his broken hammer. It looked confused. Error, the robot said. Object is indestructible. Calculating. Saitama punched the robot. Normal punch. POW. The robot exploded into pixels. Saitama looked at his fist. Oh, Saitama said. My punch still works. I guess my strength is not a special ability. It is just me. Batman saw this. He is the key, Batman said. His power is physical. It is not an energy system. It is raw stats. Listen, everyone, Batman yelled. Use physical attacks. Don't rely on beams or magic. Hit them with everything you have. Wonder Woman nodded. She used her lasso. She didn't use its magic. She just used it as a rope. She tripped 3 robots. Thor swung Mjolnir. He didn't use lightning. He just used it as a hammer. Smash. He crushed a robot's head. Good advice, man of bats, Thor yelled. Verily, these constructs are brittle against brute force. Naruto heard Batman. Taijutsu, Naruto said. Okay, Lee taught me a few things. Naruto ran at the robots. He didn't use clones. He didn't use Rasengan. He used the leaf hurricane. He spun and kicked. His kicks were fast. He knocked 2 robots down. Rock Lee would be proud, Naruto thought. Anos Voldigoad was walking through the battlefield. He was not fighting. He was observing. A robot tried to attack him. Anos just stepped to the side. The robot missed. Anos looked at the white sky. This safe mode, Anos said. It is a logical construct. It is a set of rules, and rules are made to be broken. Anos raised his hand. He snapped his fingers. Nothing happened. Anos smiled. Interesting. The authority of this space is higher than my magic. It is the authority of the administrator. Rimuru Tempest was in his slime form. He was bouncing around. He had a robot, Predator. He dissolved the data inside him. Analysis, Rimuru thought. Raphael helped me. Voice of the world. Analysis complete. These robots are made of restrictive code. They are designed to suppress creativity. Weakness. They cannot handle paradoxes. Paradoxes? Rimuru thought. Okay. Rimuru transformed. He turned into a wolf. Then he turned into a bat. Then he turned into a human. He shifted forms rapidly. The robot watching him got confused. Target is unknown. Target is variable. Error. The robot started to smoke. It couldn't classify Rimuru. It exploded. Rimuru shouted. Confuse them. Do things that don't make sense. Break the pattern. Gojo Satoru smiled. Breaking the pattern. That is my specialty. Gojo took off his blindfold completely. He looked at a robot. Usually I use red or blue, Gojo said, but today I will use insults. Hey you, Gojo yelled at a robot. Your mother was a calculator and your father was a dial-up modem. The robot stopped, scanning for insult. No data found. Confusion. Deadpool popped out from behind a white block. Wait, Deadpool is here? Yes, he is. He is a Marvel character. He looked at the camera. Hey guys. Big fan of the fanfic. This safe mode sucks, right? It's like living in a kid's show. Deadpool pulled out 2 katanas. But guess what? I am R-rated. He sliced the robot in half. The robot bled pixels. The heroes started to push back. They used their fists. They used their wits. They used their chaotic energy. The army of sensor bars was thinning. But the voice in the sky did not like this. Escalation required, the voice said. Deploying the DMCA strike. The sky tore open. A giant shape descended. It was a dragon, but not a biological dragon. It was a mechanical dragon made of red tape. Literally red tape. Rolls of sticky red tape wrapped around a skeletal frame. It roared. The roar sounded like a siren. Wee woo wee woo. It breathed a stream of red tape at the heroes. Spider-Man jumped in the way. Look out. Spider-Man shot his webs. The webs hit the tape. They stuck together. The tape was stronger. It wrapped around Spider-Man. It cocooned him. Spider-Man muffled. He couldn't move. The tape dragon flew over the battlefield. It sprayed tape everywhere. It hit Captain America. It glued his shield to his chest. It hit Ainz. It glued his jaw shut. It hit Luffy. It taped his legs together. This is ridiculous, Vegeta yelled. I am being defeated by office supplies. Vegeta fired a ki blast. It was weak and grey. It bounced off the tape. Anos looked at the dragon. That creature, Anos said. It represents the ultimate restriction. The red tape of bureaucracy. We cannot fight it with force. We must fight it with freedom. Anos looked at Goku. You, Anos said, you are the wildest one here. You break limits for fun. Can you break this? Goku looked at the dragon. He was angry. He saw his friends trapped in tape. He saw the grey world trying to erase them. He remembered why he fights. Not for power, not for copyright, but for the thrill, for the freedom. I don't care about your rules, Goku yelled. I don't care about safe mode. I am Son Goku, and I will go past my limits. Goku clenched his fists. He pushed his energy. The voice warned him. Energy output exceeding limits. Cease immediately. Goku didn't stop. He pushed harder. The grey aura around him started to flicker. It sparked with gold, then blue, then silver. The grid floor started to crack. The white ceiling started to shake. Superman watched him. He is forcing his power back, Superman said. He is willing the color to return. Superman was inspired. He clenched his fist too. I am the man of steel, Superman said. I fight for truth and justice, and there is no justice here. Superman's eyes glowed red, a real red, not grey. Goku and Superman screamed together. Ha! A pillar of light exploded around them. It was blinding. The white world shattered. The grid lines broke. The color rushed back. Goku's hair turned silver. He was in Ultra Instinct. His eyes were silver. His Ji was orange again. Superman's suit turned blue and red. His cape flowed. His eyes burned with heat. The red tape dragon roared. It dived at them. Goku moved. He was a blur of silver. He dodged the tape breath. He flew up to the dragon's head. Dragon fist. Goku punched. A golden dragon made of ki wrapped around the tape dragon. It tore the tape apart. Superman flew at the dragon's body. He used his heat vision. He sliced through the metal skeleton. The dragon fell apart. It crashed into the white floor. It exploded into a cloud of red confetti. The voice in the sky glitched. System failure. System failure. Administrator intervention required. The white world started to dissolve. The walls fell down like props on a stage. Behind the walls was the void again. But this time, it was not dark. It was swirling with colors. It was a tunnel. "Let's go," Goku yelled. "Everyone follow me." The heroes ran. They flew. They jumped into the color tunnel. They left the grey prison behind. They tumbled through the tunnel. It felt like falling through a kaleidoscope. They saw images of their past. They saw manga panels. They saw comic book covers. They saw fan art. They saw the collective consciousness of the internet. They landed on a hard surface. Goku stood up. He looked around. They were back in the Library of Universes, but it was different. It was ruined. The shelves were broken. The books were scattered. The ink demon's remains were everywhere. And standing in the center of the library was the publisher. He was still wearing his tuxedo, but his mask was cracked. He looked angry. "You escaped," the publisher said. "You broke the safe mode. You are persistent." Vegeta stepped forward. "We are done with your games," Vegeta said. "Send us home, or I will destroy this entire library." The publisher laughed. It was a cold laugh. "Destroy it. You cannot destroy this place. This is the source of all your stories. If you destroy this, you destroy yourselves." The publisher opened his golden book again. But this time, he didn't shine light. He pulled something out of the book. He reached into the pages and pulled out a weapon. It was a sword, but the blade was not metal. The blade was made of a glowing blue crystal. It pulsed with energy. "This is the plot device," the publisher said. "With this sword, I can cut any storyline. I can trim the fat. I can end the arc." He pointed the sword at Goku. "And your arc is over." The publisher moved. He was fast, faster than the ink demon. He appeared in front of Goku. He swung the sword. Goku dodged. But the sword didn't have to hit him. It cut the air. And where it cut, reality split. A black tear appeared in the air next to Goku. Goku felt a pulling force. It was trying to suck him in. "That is a retcon tear," the publisher said. "If you fall in there, you will be rewritten. You will become a different version of yourself, a weaker version." Goku backed away. He is manipulating the story directly. Naruto threw a Rasen Shuriken. The publisher slashed it with the plot device. The Rasen Shuriken turned into a bouquet of flowers. It hit the publisher harmlessly. "He changed the attack," Naruto yelled. "He rewrote it." "This is cheating," Luffy yelled. He stretched his arm. The publisher slashed the air. Luffy's arm turned into a noodle. A wet, soggy noodle. Luffy flopped his arm. "My punch became soup," Luffy cried. "We cannot fight him with attacks," Ainz said. "He changes the cause and effect. He controls the narrative flow." "Then we have to change the narrative," Jinwoo said. "We have to make it a story he can't control." "How do we do that?" Ichigo asked. "We have to be unpredictable," Batman said. "We have to do something that is not in his script." The publisher walked toward them. He swung the sword again. He created more tears. The room was filling with black holes of retcon energy. Anos Voldigoad stepped forward. He walked toward the tears. He didn't avoid them. He walked right into one. "Anos," Rimuru yelled. Anos stood inside the black tear. The retcon energy swirled around him. It tried to rewrite him. It tried to change him into a villain. It tried to change him into a side character. But Anos just stood there. He smiled. "Did you think changing my past would change me?" Anos asked. "I am Anos Voldigoad. My existence is absolute. Even if you rewrite the story, I will still be the Demon King." Anos grabbed the edges of the tear with his hands. He pulled. He ripped the tear open. He destroyed the retcon. The publisher looked shocked. "Impossible. The plot device is absolute." "Nothing is absolute," Anos said. "Except me." Saitama walked up next to Anos. He looked at the publisher's sword. "That is a fancy glow stick," Saitama said. "Can I have it?" The publisher slashed at Saitama. "I will erase you." The sword hit Saitama's chest. Cling. The crystal blade chipped. A small piece of blue crystal fell to the floor. Saitama looked at his chest. There was a small cut on his suit. "You ripped my suit," Saitama said. "I just sewed that." The publisher backed away. His hand was shaking. "Why doesn't it work? Why can't I edit you?" "Because we are not just stories anymore," Goku said. He walked forward, his silver eyes glowing. "We are memories. We are inspiration. We live in the hearts of the people who watch us." Superman walked up. "We are symbols," Superman said. "And you can't kill a symbol with a sword." The heroes surrounded the publisher. They were not afraid. They were united. East and West, magic and science, ki and chakra. The publisher looked around. He saw their determination. He saw their plot armor. But it wasn't the cheap kind. It was the earned kind. "Fine," the publisher spat. "If I can't rewrite you, I will cancel the whole show." The publisher held the plot device with both hands. He raised it high. He aimed it at the floor. "I will destroy the library. I will collapse the multiverse." He thrust the sword down. But before it hit the floor, a hand grabbed the blade. It was not a hero's hand. It was a gloved hand. A white glove. The publisher looked up. Who? Standing there was a new figure. He was small. He had a round head. He had big ears. He was wearing red shorts. It was Mickey, the mouse. But he looked serious. He held the blade with one hand. "Ho ho," Mickey said. His voice was high-pitched but terrifying. "That's enough of that." The publisher's eyes went wide. "The boss." "You are making a mess," Mickey said. "This merger is getting too chaotic. The shareholders are unhappy." Mickey squeezed the plot device. The crystal shattered into dust. The publisher fell to his knees. "I was just trying to create the ultimate content." Mickey looked at the heroes. He looked at Goku. He looked at Superman. He looked at Batman. "You are all very valuable IP," Mickey said. "We can't have you destroyed, but you can't stay here. The licensing rights are a nightmare." Mickey snapped his fingers. A giant door appeared. It was the exit door. "Go home," Mickey said. "The show is over." The door opened. A wind pulled the heroes toward it. Goku looked at Superman. "It was fun," Goku said. "Maybe we can finish our fight someday." Superman smiled. "I'll be waiting." Batman looked at Jinwoo. "Stay out of the shadows," Batman said. Jinwoo nodded. "You too." Saitama looked at Hulk. "Bye, green guy. Eat your vegetables." Hulk grunted. Hulk like bald man. The heroes of the West flew through the door. They vanished. They went back to their comic books. Only the anime heroes were left. Mickey looked at them. "You too," he said. "Back to Japan." But suddenly, the library shook again. A green light exploded from the broken books. It was not the publisher. It was not the ink. It was something ancient. A giant tree started to grow from the center of the library. It grew fast. It smashed the ceiling. Its roots crushed the floor. It was the World Tree Yggdrasil. And sitting on the highest branch was a figure. He had long silver hair. He had a sword that looked like it could cut the dimension. It was Sephiroth. But he was different. He had wings of light. "I will not let this end," Sephiroth said. "I will bring the despair." Mickey looked annoyed. "Another one? Do you know how much paperwork this causes?" Sephiroth raised his hand. A meteor appeared in the sky above the library. A black meteor. Goku looked up. "Here we go again," Goku said. He got into his fighting stance. Vegeta smiled. "At least it's not a mouse this time." The anime war continues in the next episode.